Welcome to Soft Launch.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 5.
Damn.
Coming live at 5. This is our 5th episode.
Fifth episode. I can't believe it.
A little milestone. We should do a little toast
a little
just to kick it
toasty.
off. You know what I'm saying? Everybody at home, we back on them high
back on
noons.
them high noons.
If you like this podcast, be sure to jump in high noon social media and tell them to sponsor us.
Let them know about us.
Let them
know that I get wasted. I'm gonna get wasted. Remember that?
What's that?
It's Kylie Jenner, but it was like a thing.
Bitch,
and
don't come on
wasted. I'm definitely not singing it right.
While Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner are still dating, don't come over here. I know, but don't come over here with family propaganda. All right? I don't want to hear any Jenner songs.
All right. Anyway, but it was very funny. I just drank a whole cup of 42, and I'm gonna have another one. Courtney, what the fuck are you on? That's what she's saying. They're wasted.
I asked you to not do it, and you're still.
And I'm doing it anyway because one thing about me, I'm a Puerto Rican woman. You can't tell me to stop.
You shouldn't be allowed to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians until Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny break up, and that's the stipulation of the bet.
don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
You do.
It's
you watch
called
it.
The Kardashians.
Well,
now.
You're not allowed to watch it until they break up. That's the stipulation of the bet that we made. Because Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner, 5 podcast episodes later, still dating because shit is.
Or are they? Because she was with Devin Booker this weekend, and Bad Bunny was there too.
Well, they all.
So Bad Bunny's a cuck.
He's not a cuck, dude. He probably, if anybody's the cuck in that situation, it's probably Kendall. Bad Bunny's probably getting the crazy
Devin
pipe. We're getting the crazy pipe.
I don't even know. I couldn't point Devin Booker out in the lineup, to be honest.
We coming in hot. This is episode 5 of Soft Launch, the podcast. 2 New York City comedians turned passionate lovers.
Yes, very passionate.
Now bringing our love to the world, one episode at a time.
Yes, we are. But I guess we should just jump right in because we have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, but before we start, I do want to start this episode by plugging our stand-up comedy show, the Soft Launch Comedy Show. The first ever edition of the Soft Launch Comedy Show will be at the Stand on June 10th, Saturday at 5 p.m.
Yes.
It's like a matinee show, 5 p.m. It's going
to be a lot of fun. Perfect time.
And early. You can come to the Stand early for brunch. They have beautiful brunch specials. They also have delicious food at all times of the day.
Literally the best food in all of comedy.
Literally.
Without a doubt.
Best food at any comedy club in the world. And that is not even hyperbole. You got to come by, try it. The chefs are great, very talented. And it's going to be myself and my queen here, Samantha Santos. Right? We're going to be hosting together. We're going to go on stage for the first time, 2 mics. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got some of our favorite comedians in New York that are going to give you guys a great time. So come to the show. Promo code Monroe. Yes. That is our daughter.
That's our daughter,
right? Monroe, MONROE. Put that in the promo code.
You get half
off.
Yeah.
$10 tickets. Amazing show. Perfect way to start a Saturday.
Yeah. So this episode is going to drop on Wednesday. So Saturday is our show. So you got time to buy the tickets. I would buy them quick because they're going to sell out.
They're going to sell out because
we're manifesting that.
We need them to.
Yeah.
Or else shit is going to get real sticky in the streets.
Yes.
But that's the Soft Launch Comedy Show.
Yeah, we wanted to plug it up in the beginning because we know you're not.
Because we know you're not going to listen by the time we start talking about Bravo stuff. But
all right,
June
we're
10th,
here.
Saturday, 5 p.m., Soft Launch Comedy Show. The link is in both of our bios. Please come through. And now let's kick this
thing off. So our first segment, as you guys know, is one thing about we. We started off with you last week. I think we should start off with you again.
Me again? All right. One thing about me this week, I called out of work for 5 straight days.
You did.
Because I'm over it, man. Mm-hmm. I'm over school. I'm over this job. Summer break is right around the corner, but
knocking
it can't
at the
get
door.
here fast enough. You know, I'm a teacher in middle school, if y'all don't know, and it's just a lot. So,
and I just want to say my condolences.
Yeah, man. I called out, had to call out because my grandfather passed away, and that's what I told my job, which is true. He did pass away. What I didn't tell him is that he passed away like 3-4 years ago. And more importantly, I didn't even like the motherfucker. That was the grandfather that we don't stand.
Yeah.
He was a piece of shit. And both of my grandfathers was less than ideal, but this one, my mom's dad, real piece of fucking garbage. And, I just decided to kill him off, because the season was getting stale. We had to kill off a character.
It happens.
And because when you call out of work, like for teaching, you have a very small amount of personal days and sick days that you can take because they give you the whole summer.
Because of the summer, yeah.
And I had used all my days up by fucking the end of April,
Yeah.
So I found out that you get unlimited days for bereavement. Mm-hmm. So I didn't call out on Monday because I just wasn't feeling it. I woke up late and then they texted me. They were like, Mendoza, where are you? It's third period. I'm like, man, you're not gonna bereave what's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I need time. I can't process all this right now.
It's a lot. It's
a lot.
There's
a lot of emotions. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to lose somebody years ago that you don't think about ever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you never met in your life.
Yes. You've never killed somebody off before?
No, that was the first time I've ever killed somebody off. When my first grandfather died, when my dad's dad died, rest in peace, abuelito. When he died, I was working at a fucking shitty ass job and they gave me like 2 days.
Yeah.
And then I had to be back. But
I love like shitty jobs when they're like, we'll give you this many days. Like, babe, I'm not coming.
Yeah, I'm not coming back, dude.
Yeah.
This job stinks. It was a fucking call center. It was awful.
I didn't even know you worked at a call center.
Yeah, I worked at
do what?
this place. I worked at a proxy solicitation firm. So I would call.
A what?
So when I was working there, it was this place called Okapi Partners. And my job was to call shareholders of a company to persuade them to vote a certain way in the upcoming shareholder meeting, right? And the company that I was calling for was the company that owned Olive Garden.
Oh,
right? So they were in a big battle for
I love that. Good for them.
For a hostile takeover, and the big selling point, because we were working for the company that wanted to take it over, the big selling point was unlimited breadsticks.
Yeah.
So I was on the front lines of the unlimited breadstick fight.
Thank God for you.
People like, hey,
a real hero,
you know,
in the Italian community.
That's what I've been saying. I've been helping out the Italians before I was helping out the Italians. You know what I'm saying? Before I was trying to repopulate their people. And I was on the front lines at Okapi Partners calling people like, hey man, I know you don't like change, but unlimited breadsticks, I think we can agree, is something that's worth voting for.
Yeah, know? I think it is. I did not know you had that job.
I did. It was fucking.
And
terrible.
you know my affinity for Olive Garden, and you've never mentioned it.
One thing about Samantha, she is an Olive Garden stan. Even when she's not there, she's still family.
I'm still family. I'm always family.
Her shit, authentic Italian.
Let me tell you something about. They have this like sausage soup that I can't have anymore.
Go for it.
But it is unbelievable. It's like a spicy sausage soup that I've like looked up how to make it at home, and I've made it at home.
Olive Garden just fucking.
Let me tell you something about a chain restaurant.
Yeah,
it's my kind of place.
Chain restaurants definitely get a bad reputation.
Yeah.
I think chain restaurant foods are some of the nicest places you can go.
Relax. They're not nice, but the food
but like
is
the most
divine.
fun you can have. Like
yeah.
Applebee's, I died.
And I worked at an Applebee's.
That's why I knew you were hot, dude. Like I knew you had something, because me and my homies used to fucking be half off appetizer whores, just going out with the bros.
The thing about me is I worked in the Applebee's in Manhattan, and we never had any of those deals.
Oh no, see, we used to go to them to the random ones out in Queens.
Yeah,
like when we were in college.
Those were the best ones.
Oh my god, you just walk in. We have to wait for a table because so many motherfuckers wanted that, and it had to be surrounding the bar.
I had to be the hostess to tell people like, hey, we have a 15-minute wait, and then the minute it rang at 15 minutes. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I want my fucking Henny Colada and my fucking my spinach artichoke dip and my steak skewers, and I want them now.
3 cheese chicken penne.
Come on, son. The steak tower quesadillas.
Oh yeah. I mean, my favorite is they would have us come in early sometimes on Saturdays, like super early. It would be like 8 a.m. to do a taste test.
At Applebee's?
To do a taste test of like any new items on their menu, and everybody would be tight. I would go in there. I had fucking bells on. I'd be like bright early, ready to eat.
What do you got? Good morning, chef. What do you have for me today, chef?
And then I'm like, what's in this?
Oh, I taste it. It's amazing.
It
tastes like high fructose corn syrup, my favorite kind of syrup.
It was so delicious. Where I had pesto for the first time, and I loved it.
Yeah, Applebee's got a bad rep, man. And those drinks, man, you go on a good day.
Oh my god,
you get a nice little afternoon at Applebee's.
I know it is. Yeah, one thing my mom used to drink while I was at work. I used to, want to hear something disgusting? They used to have the chicken fried chicken or chicken fried steak, something like that.
Chicken fried chicken doesn't sound right.
I think it was something weird like that, and it came with country gravy. And country gravy was so good to me. I would eat it like soup. So I would be behind the hostess. I'd be behind the hostess stand with a bowl of country gravy and just with a spoon and just eating country gravy. Back in the day when gaining weight was not a thing.
Bro, your cholesterol must be higher than fucking Wiz Khalifa right now. That shit is in their stone.
I used to love it. And then there was a guy at Applebee's that liked me, so he would always like come with a bowl of country gravy. And I got this for you.
Damn, son. Fellas, remember when the game was easy? All you had to do to rizz a bitch up was give her some country gravy and watch her eat it out of the plastic.
Literally, and then I think about it, I'm like, I am disgusting. I was eating gravy out of a bowl.
Yeah, you were fucking If I'm sure if you would have put it in an IV, you would have stuck it right in your bloodstream.
The first thing I did when I worked there, because I was ultra like awkward at that point. And but first thing I was like, you know what? Who I got to make friends with?
Who?
Is the kitchen staff, and that's exactly what I did.
That's smart. That is smart.
And I used to get, oh my god, their triple chocolate meltdown.
Oh yes, yeah. Also, big chain restaurants like Applebee's, Friendly's, all of them do dessert better than anybody.
Oh my, absolutely.
The fucking, I can't remember which, but like an Oreo fucking. Like an Oreo brownie or some shit like that.
Oh my god, their desserts are so good. And what I used to do, so I was hostess. That's where I learned about Seamless. It was like the first place I ever heard about Seamless, and this was like 2007. And we used to have Seamless orders and stuff. So what it's called when you work in a restaurant is like dead food, is if someone ordered food and they left, or someone ordered food and never picked it up.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, hey, this people called in for, and I would order whatever I wanted. And then I'd be like, damn, they didn't even come. Like, damn, it's a dead plate. And that means you can eat it.
I guess I'll just take it then.
And I'd be like, oh, man. I'm like, what is that? Oh, I love that. I'll have that. It's my lunch break.
Yo,
Sit down and eat that shit.
Fucking scumbag. That's so
because
funny.
it's like, don't have me work at Applebee's and now you want to only give me 50% off?
Yeah,
fuck you.
Nah, I should be eating
not on this $6 salary.
No, that's facts. That's
absolutely
so
not. And so I used to do that all the time. And then I remember this guy.
Would you change your voice when you ordered in?
No, no one would call in. It would be me. I was the one taking the order, so I would just.
Oh, so you just input it?
I would just input the thing and be like, okay, and then I would keep it there, and I would eat it a little cold. I'd be like, damn, this shit's been here for like 45 minutes.
Yo, that's so funny.
And then they'd be like, call the number that they left, and I'd be like, okay, hold the phone to a dead line, and then just be like, they're not even picking up, man.
Did you ever pick up and make up a fake call? Hey, fuck you too.
No,
we don't even want your fucking business.
No, but there was a hostess, Christine, that I fucking hated. She was like fucking the manager, so she had the best hours.
Ugh, what a bitch.
And then she was like, she's like, I never get dead plates. You always get a dead order. And I'm like, well,
I don't know how.
Yeah, and I'm like, bitch, watch your fucking mouth.
Dude, you making it mad hot.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, looking at her like, are you gonna say something?
Yeah, don't make me take you down to the Olive Garden and let my family take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here.
But also at Applebee's, Paul Pierce ate there.
Word?
Paul Pierce ate there. He ate there with his daughter or one of his kids, and their bill came out to like $50, and he tipped 75.
Oh, what a nice guy. I got a quick Paul Pierce story.
Yeah.
I was working in China for the NBA while Paul Pierce. Yeah, but in China, big China. I'm working in China for the NBA while Paul Pierce, I think he's on like the Wizards at this point. It's later in his career. But he's over with another team. And in China, in Shanghai, they have a huge underground market where you buy all your fake stuff. It's like, you know how Canal Street is? Yeah. But it's like super top of the line fake shit. And it's a whole mall.
I know a guy who has a really good Louis wallet from there.
Yeah, me. That's me. I'm not afraid to admit that if it's an accessory and I have it on, if it's a belt or a wallet, it is fake. And I don't give a shit. My sneakers are real, and that's really, and my sneakers and my clothes real. Everything else I don't give a shit about. But I'm shopping in this market, and one of the guides who in the NBA, everybody has to have a translator with them when they go out, otherwise they'll get fucking lost. So I recognized Paul Pierce's guide because he before Paul Pierce came, he was with our group, and he walks out with Paul Pierce, and then I say what's up to him. I'm like, wow, what the fuck is Paul Pierce doing in the fake item market?
Yeah.
And he's like, he bought like 4 Rolexes. And I was like, that's crazy. And then Paul was walking by, and I was like, Paul, what you doing in this market? You know you can afford this. He was like, hey man, when you got money like me, nobody asks whether it's real or fake.
That's a real thing. They had a special, I don't know if it was like Tyra, when Tyra had a show, or Oprah. It was back in the day, and it was like rich women usually have fake bags because nobody's questioning it.
Yeah, that's facts.
And one thing, I don't care. I can't even imagine buying a real bag. No, I don't have a fake bag either because the bags are not my thing. But like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, sneakers the only thing that I get snobby about. Like clothes, I'm starting to learn. But
did you never buy fake sneakers?
I did, but that was before I knew better. I didn't buy fake sneakers to try to get over. I just saw a pair that I love the colors, and I'm like, I've never seen these before, and I bought them, and they really fucking fell apart after like 4 days. It was really bad.
It was big in the city on 28th Street. They used to have factories, and you used to knock on the door.
Yeah,
they'd be like, you look through, and then they'd let you in, and you could buy like fake Jordans, but they were like good quality.
Yeah, scary. And it's a scary game. Yeah, I'm scared to buy a fake pair, really like it, and never go back because that's. Whatever. You're saving so much money.
She won't care. But Alyssa, my god sister, she has like a fake pair of Yeezys.
Oh, good for her.
And you would never know because she ordered them from China. Yeah. And she said it took like a few weeks to come in, but they are
great quality.
Like I think Connor might have the same pair, and she's like they held them to. There's like no difference.
Yeah, it's really it's good. And honestly, it's probably less problematic to have. It's more problematic to have real Yeezys.
It's probably problematic the whole way, to be honest.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I don't even know how we got here.
We were talking about one thing about you. You called out.
I called out bereavement. Ain't been back since. You know what I'm saying? But I got to go back on Monday. But only got a couple days left, and and
then you're done for the summer,
I'm
which
done
is
for this summer. I'm about
awesome.
to be just fucking chilling.
Good for you. Yeah, you better be meeting me for lunch every fucking day.
I'm gonna be chilling on the couch, be like, yo, go bring home this bacon, bitch. Go be the breadwinner, which you already are.
This vegan bacon.
This bacon. You know what I'm saying? But
Which
yeah,
that's also very good.
Yeah, no, delicious. Sam has put me onto a lot of like. She's not a vegan, but she's a pescatarian. Yeah. And I grew up Presbyterian, so it's been a big cultural difference. And
you are so dumb. You are so dumb. I was like, what? Did you grow up? And you weren't in. You did like CCD.
Yeah. What's CCD?
Like to do your things,
bro. I thought you said CCHD. That's a very popular. That's a casting couch high def. That's a porn site.
Baby,
I'm sorry.
Send me the link.
Those are the casting couch ones where the girls are like, oh yeah, I want to be in the calendar, and the guys are like, oh, they all go on to be really good porn stars. But it's nice watching them act like they're really down for this calendar, because that's what we're watching porn for, is the acting.
Yeah, of course, the storyline.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
For me, I really am watching it for the storyline.
Are you actually? I feel like you don't even enjoy like mainstream porn like that.
I really don't enjoy. I don't. But if it's a good story,
yeah,
I'm following it.
What's your favorite storyline in porn?
Like the innocent girl didn't know that she was gonna, that kind of thing. That's what? Like I don't think I could do this.
You like watching her get convinced? You like watching her get coerced? That's what you like?
All right. Are we judging me?
No, I'm asking.
Yes, I like that. Okay. Not in real life.
Okay. Well, then if you want to stay on this podcast, you got to suck it right now, dude.
We are on a couch.
Yeah. Get casted.
But yeah, how'd we get there?
I don't know, man. We're all over the place.
Oh, CCD. Yeah, like CCD. You took some classes so that you could take a communion?
Oh, yeah.
Did you wear a white suit for your communion?
I don't think, for my communion, yeah. I wasn't confirmed, but I think I did wear actually a white jacket for my communion.
I picture you in like an all white thing, and like, did you take professional pictures?
Yes. Actually, no, I think for my communion.
With a Bible and a Bible in your hand like that?
My little rosary, my little fucking Jesus piece. Definitely did that. I think, I think I had a black suit for communion. Oh, but I definitely had a white blazer for my 6th grade graduation. It was Sean John too. My mom was like, nah, we're gonna switch it up. So she gave me a Sean John blazer. She got me like the Sean John suit and bottom.
The shit was down to your knees.
But she didn't want me to wear a shirt and tie. She was like, no, we're gonna wear you a nice t-shirt. So my mom, because now I still like don't.
You worked at a car dealership.
Yeah. I was like, come on, what are you looking for? We'll get you off the lot today. Welcome to Hillside Honda. That's definitely how I gave it up.
But, I love that.
Yeah, that's what it was, man. That's what it was. Definitely a little white suit.
Bad credit, no problem.
Bad credit, no problem. Cars are going fast. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my one thing about me is I called out of work all week this week, and I don't regret it. I recommend everybody. I'm sure your job has some sort of bereavement policy. Make sure you're taking advantage of that, because if you kill somebody, like, first of all, words have no meaning. You can kill a real person, and everything I'm sure would be fine. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking get yourself the break that you need.
Yeah, it's so true.
And then it's fun. Like now, when I go back on Monday, I'm gonna be like,
everyone's gonna be sad.
I'm gonna be like, I don't really want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? My supervisors have been sending me condolences, and I haven't been responding because I'm really playing up like, I don't want to be on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's tough. Oh, Mendoza, you want to cover this? I'm like, yeah, I could, but I'm not really feeling up to it. So that's going to be fun for me.
Math, that was my grandfather's favorite subject.
I can't even add 2 and 2 without fucking crying, because he added 2 and 2 together all the time to figure out what I was doing. Yeah.
R.I.P. Abuelo.
Nah, man, rest in piss. We smoking on that abuelo. We smoking on my mother's father's pack.
I know the deal.
We smoking on my mother's father's pack.
Anyway.
My mom's not gonna watch this. I'll tell you real quick, real fast. When my mom married my dad is black, but he's Cuban. He's very Latino, right? And one thing about my dad's family, they're super Cuban. They're racist as shit, right? But my mom's side, they're super liberal. But my fucking grandfather, her dad, was a fucking nightmare. And he told my mom, if you marry this black guy, I am disowning you. And my mom was like, yeah, okay. Married him. And he was like, yo, I told you what it was. Never talk to me again. So my mom used to send pictures of us to her. Like, he didn't come to the wedding, never saw us, never spoke to us.
That's really sad for your mom.
Send him pictures, and he used to return them to sender.
Holy shit. And your dad was like, what black guy did you marry?
And my dad was like, yo, my dad was like, yo, it's true. I would not talk to my daughter either. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, my dad's good. He's good people now. But, he's my mother's dad.
He's good people now.
No, he's a good person. My father's come a long way. He had to learn a lot about, his place in the world and what he looks like versus what he is. And we'll probably just cut this out because I don't want to be mean to my dad. He's a good guy. It was a Trump time was conflicting for everybody.
We don't have to even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked.
Yeah. But my mom's dad, big piece of shit when he
I can't
died.
believe he would send pictures back, especially because she had white babies.
Yeah, I'm saying like, dog.
Well, Tara, no, but
I look just like I think I look just. That's where my eyes come from. It's from my grandfather.
Oh, really?
Say, yeah, man.
But you do look like your dad.
Yeah, no, I don't look like my grandfather, but like my features, blonde hair and blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing that's the most African American validation I've ever had. Is like I have a lot of racial identity issues, but I was definitely too black for my grandfather. So me and Meghan Markle's son, like this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, both of us, our grandparents.
Yeah, because you don't, but because Meghan Markle too. It's like, unless she told you she was black, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, so it'd be like that. But I say all that to say, when that shit happened, my mom put it in the chat, and I started sending mad gifts like, yo, let's fucking go.
GIFs.
Yeah. Gifts, sent mad gifts, videos. Just we was definitely, me and my sisters was smoking on that Spike. His name was Spike. Smoking on that Spike pack.
Spike is, if you're gonna be racist, your name should be Spike.
Rest in piss, bozo.
All right. Anyway, he didn't know better.
Pussy.
He didn't know better.
You're fuck him.
Anyway,
one thing about me. What about you?
One thing about me is gonna be real tiny.
Uh-huh.
But it's just, being a woman is a thing. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what they be saying.
It's difficult, and I never know what's a real feeling or what might be my IUD. You know what I'm saying? But today I woke up, and I don't know if I dreamt something, but I woke up and I was looking at JC like he was the motherfucking devil.
What an attitude on this one today.
He woke up, he's like, good morning. I'm like...
Yo, I don't know where it comes from sometimes.
And it's insane, and like I just been thinking about it all day, and I'm like, there's no reason.
No. And we had such a good night last night.
Nothing happened at all, and I just woke up, and I wanted, if I had a gun.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just kidding.
Didn't know that.
I'm just kidding. I had
We've
pillows.
had such a good couple of days. Friday, I called out of work yesterday. We spent all day together. We had 2 shows together. And no, just one show.
Baby, you're trying to make sense of it. There's no sense to be made.
That's fair.
Because I can't even make sense of it. But then we were walking to get breakfast, and shout out Golden Diner, and he was like, what is it? I'm like, I don't know if I had a dream or something, but
you did something, mother.
And I'm just staring at him. You motherfucker.
Yeah, I probably haven't even done it yet. This is just a premonition of something that I'm finna do.
Yeah, it probably is, because me and my dreams.
Yeah,
my dreams come true.
Do they? Well, yeah, they have.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, my dad, who definitely will not watch this, but my dad.
Shout out to Frankie Smokes.
Yeah, my parents know better than to watch this. They don't want to know anything about my personal life. But my dad, me and him really close. We have I feel like me and my dad have a connection, And I woke up one day, had a dream, a terrible dream. I woke up in tears that my dad had cancer. Hey. And I was really upset about it. And then I texted him that morning, and I was like, hey, listen, go to the doctor. I had a dream. And he went, and he did have cancer. And literally they caught it because of my dream. So sometimes my dreams be true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So try me.
One could argue,
if you're cheating on me,
one could argue,
I will know.
One could argue that you manifested the cancer.
So you're trying to tell me that I tried to kill my dad?
No. But you dreamed it, and then it became so. If you never had that dream, maybe he never has cancer.
Or if I never had that dream, he would have never gotten his prostate checked.
I mean, tomato, what came first, the chicken or the egg? We can talk about this all day. You know what I'm saying? It is just something to consider.
I live in fear all the time that my mom will get sick, and she's going to be pissed that I didn't have a dream about it.
Oh,
and she's like,
hilarious.
so you choose your father over me. Okay. You know what I mean? Every time she goes to the doctor, I'm like, whew.
Yeah, you're
and then if she ever gets something, I'm like, you know what? I had a dream and I didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
Can I have to make up a lie?
You have to fucking have a retroactive dream like, yo, I've been dreaming about it for months, actually. I just didn't want to tell you because I don't want you to worry.
Yeah, so it's a constant fear of mine. But anyway, I don't know if I had a dream or whatever, but just being a woman is so crazy. And I often wonder, when I remove my IUD, if I'll just be a normal person.
I doubt it, man. Because then, I'm sure menstruation will just come back regular.
I never really PMS like that.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see soon.
I love that you called it menstruation. You're just...
is that what it is?
Period. Yeah, but I figured you would have called it a period.
I'm a fucking educator, okay? I only talk about pussy in medical terms.
But
yeah, that's the one thing about weed. That was fun. And today we're gonna skip our Alright So Boom because current events is not really given right now. We don't
or
really
the
got
maybe
shit.
it is, but we're just...
We're kind of I feel like we're more disconnected than we usually are, just because we're fucking so busy during the day and night that
I have no time.
It's hard to keep up with what's happening.
Yeah. So, but we did get a bunch of confessions and stuff like that. So we're going to do them. Do you want to do questions first, or do we want to do confessions?
Confessions first, questions last. And also, guys, our link for questions and confessions is always open. It's in both of our bios.
Yeah, it's in our bios.
At any time, you can get in, drop any question, any, confession you want to tell, just something to make the podcast fun for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all is who we do it for, and our egos, but mostly y'all.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna start. We got a couple of our friends are just being annoying and they're in the thing. So someone said they fucked you and in the ass and your blowjobs are terrible.
Fuck me in the ass?
Yeah.
And my blowjobs are terrible? You guys know that's a fucking lie because my blowjobs
what they
are fucking
me, I
amazing.
Suck a good dick.
My blowjobs are amazing. Okay, and I everybody. The first part, nobody's gonna argue that. Fair, whatever. But I probably know how to go down very well. I feel like I'm just a pleaser, right? I give decent oral to you.
No, yeah, you do. I think sucking dick is a science for sure.
Do you think so?
What
what for you was your breakthrough when it came to sucking dick? Because you're great. You're one of the goats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your dad watches this.
Oh, my fault, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
But it was porn.
Or did you have a favorite one that you watched? Like, yo, I fuck with her game.
No, I just didn't have any idea what I was doing. And so I watched it and I was like, oh, right over my head. Yeah. Me and my friend Jessie used to talk about that. She's like, girl, when I didn't know what. She's like, I would literally just put my mouth. You'd have no idea what you're doing. And then also remember, I'm from a time where porn was not as accessible.
Yeah.
So it's I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, I guess.
We're very much in the golden era of porn.
Yeah, just it was, you had to if I was going to watch porn, I had to download it on LimeWire, which was the living room computer. And it's my parents were always home. It just wasn't a thing. So I didn't know what I was doing. And then I watched porn and I was like, oh.
What's the first time you watched porn?
That's different. First time I watched porn, it was a head video on LimeWire. So I had downloaded a song.
What song?
I don't remember the song. I downloaded a song and then I went to find it in our files, and I thought it was one of the most recent ones, and I clicked it and it must have been porn that my brother downloaded.
Shout out to
so I opened it and I was like, oh my god, and then I closed it and I opened the song and then I kept thinking about it and I was like, all right. And then whatever, I watched it and I was like, oh, okay. And then then after it grossed me out that me and my brother watched the same porn.
That's siblings.
But my brother big into blowjob porn. That's almost all of the porn that I saw on the computer.
For a while watching porn, I wouldn't watch the blowjob part because I'm like, I want to get to the sex part. But now as I age, I can appreciate the blowjob part.
Yeah, I used to. So I've gone through so many different phases of what kind of porn I like to watch. But I used to almost never watch the sex part. Yeah, because I would just be like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, because I hated the way they fuck on porns. Yeah. So I was like, this is not hot for me at all. So I would just watch oral. Yeah. I would watch oral videos, and then I
can't watch oral only videos even today. I like an oral portion, but I need to watch.
Bitch, you gotta watch lesbian oral. They are the best videos.
There's too much disconnect between lesbian porn and I, because they don't need they don't need me at all. You know what I'm saying? They don't even need me to watch it. That's for the women. You know what I'm saying? Lesbian porn is not for me. And it's the women can be beautiful.
Very much.
There's times where I don't even watch 2 girls and 1 guy because I'm like, they're doing too much with each other. Pay attention to my mans. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah. I guess how I could see that with you, but or with guys. But for me, it's great, and it has to be obviously home video. Mm-hmm. And it can't be I don't like watching with dildos and stuff like that. It has to be
real lesbian,
lesbian stuff. And I
You fuck with the scissoring?
No.
Yeah, that can't be.
And I can't watch lesbian porn with 2 white women.
Okay.
It's gotta be a Latin woman and a black woman, or
is there a reason? Is there a reason why?
It's not attractive.
Just sexual preference.
Yeah, just not for me. Yeah. So it's every time I watch them, I was just
Yeah, anytime where it's 2 girls who both have accounts with Starbucks, I can't watch it. Anytime it's 2 girls,
their credit's too high. It's just not for me.
Credit's too high. There's no struggles and mistakes.
Yeah, it's I can't. But there's some bitch. I can't remember her name because I don't remember them. But she is insane.
Yeah, you need to find that name.
She's crazy. Every time I watch, I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then I end up going on a rabbit hole with her.
Is she just exclusively lesbian?
No,
porn?
That's the thing. And then I went on one, and she sucks a mean dick too. Yeah. And I was like, wow, this bitch is the oral queen. But yeah, so that's I don't know how we got there, but anyway, that was a joke. That was a joke confession. But wait, we have real ones. Yeah. Let me go. Okay. So then a married man is constantly DMing me about fantasies he has of me and his wife, but she just had a baby. But he wants us all to hook up and make it a constant thing. So here's my thing.
Go for it.
Open relationships, cool. That's not where I'm going. But I just don't love the guy contacting this girl.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Giving a little creep, and I also don't think his wife knows.
Yeah, or if she does, she's not aware to this extent.
Especially because she just gave birth.
The woman, in my opinion, and I don't have any experience with it, so I'm not biased. I think that the woman, like the girl in the situation, needs to be in charge of communications.
Bitch.
I can't imagine a guy being a better option to talk to a girl than a girl is.
Yeah, and for me, if that was ever the case, we've talked about it. I'm like, if we're ever gonna have a third, you can't.
I can't be anywhere near it. I can at best be jerking off in the corner. At best, dude. And I have to be only looking at you when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I feel like unless you're like fucking like a super duper star where like you are the sex symbol in your relationship, like fucking, I don't know, man. Like a star, like a legitimate star.
Yeah.
Like where the girl is regular and the guy is somebody. Like then you let the guy handle it because he is the person of power. But for men and normally...
No. Fuck you. Are you crazy? You think a girl is gonna talk to this guy of status and never contact him again? That's even worse.
No, I know, but I don't know, man.
No, absolutely not. In any case, I don't care if you are a fucking billionaire, if you're first Puerto Rican billionaire. I don't give a fuck. You're never gonna talk to this person. I don't want you to look at her in the eyes. Okay. And it's never gonna be in New York.
I wasn't speaking for myself. I was just talking like
I was just making sure, bitch.
You're so dumb. But yeah, I think you gotta let your lady lead communications on this one, and maybe give her a couple months after the birth of your child.
That's kind of crazy to me. But also, I don't know if this girl's into it. Like, I don't know if like he's DMing you and you're like thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure she is. I mean, otherwise she wouldn't send it to us.
Or unless it was a confession, so I might just be like, this guy is fucking annoying. Yeah, but like, if you're gonna do it. But I would just make sure that it's giving you like, well, my wife just had a baby, so she can't. We should just.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't get into it unless the wife shows some type of interest as well.
If you're trying to be respectful and it is something you're interested in being, contact me with your wife, or else I'm not entertaining it.
Or like
either
let's let her vagina heal.
Let her talk to me first. Or if you want to be hilarious, talk to the wife right now. Be like, hey, your husband is talking about this threesome shit. And I know, but that's hilarious. Like you can not, and this wouldn't even be wrecking the home because you'd be doing her a favor. Yeah. Because even if that's the father of her child, if he's a shitty partner, then he's a shitty partner.
Yeah, that's true.
You know but so definitely, the wife has to be in CC'd on all these emails.
Absolutely. If I found out, like, if we decided to open our relationship and I just found out you were just in bitches,
I'm just recruiting on the side. That's embarrassing, dude.
It's the worst.
That's embarrassing.
Especially when I'm home, fucking baby on my titty. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed. Yeah. But I would just make sure his wife really knows. And make it a constant thing. Like you were the constant third. It's a little too messy for me.
I don't know. Cut out the middleman on that one. Talk to the lady. She's the one who's making decisions anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody wrote, I hate my job. They're a correction officer.
Facts. Oh,
but fuck my life. The pay is too good and I have a family to support. This is why I didn't have kids early, because I never wanted to get stuck at a job that I absolutely had to, because if you're a parent, that's what you got to do. And I hate to say it, bro, but that's it. You got to work this job.
You damn it, he's a parent. That's very hard, because my advice always to people that are at a job that they don't like but pays the bills is that as long as you're taking the time outside of work to at least dedicate towards looking to your passion, then you're going to eventually find the thing that you want to do and find a middle ground for money and your thing and feel fulfilled. But with the child is your thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's really difficult with a kid. And I would say that you have to just have a different outlook on your job now. It's like you hate it, but it does afford you the lifestyle that you want, and it affords you to give your kids or kid the life that they want, and then you can afford them the option of dreaming. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you just gotta just look at it in a different outlook. Yeah. Like, I hate this job, but I get to leave at the end of the day. With corrections, you get to leave and you don't have to take it with you after. You know what I'm saying? It's like an office job where they're like emailing you after hours. You leave, and you go home to your kids.
It's fucking tough.
Tough. I know. My brother's a correction officer.
Oh, Jason? Yeah, that shit is tough. But I think, I don't know, as long as your priorities remain correct, where it's at this point in your life, your child is your number one priority. Yeah. Then it has to be, providing for your family, and then your marriage. Obviously. Yeah. Like, those are the three big things. If you have time, which is hard for me to conceptualize you having time to chase a passion after that. If you have time to farm a passion outside of those big three things, you have to do it. Like you have to you're going to lose something when you're chasing a dream or a passion. And for you, it might be not your family, but you might lose like your relaxation time, your peace time, your doing nothing time, your unwinding time, which we all know is very important. But if you hate this job that much, but it is the backbone of your family, you can't leave it and still be prioritizing taking care of your family.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So you have to, if finding that passion is important for you, you have to make time for it and sacrifice your own time. Yeah, because you
got to talk to your partner and have them like try to
because you're contemplating like a family uprooting, a complete shift in family dynamic. Yeah, that could end up eroding everything. It's very scary, and I feel it's sad. But if you hate your job and you can't do it anymore, you have to have a huge talk with your partner and make sure. Yeah,
if you're supporting the family financially, then your partner can support you in trying to find something that, is, making you feel less hateful towards your job because you're focusing on something else. Also, maybe, I don't know how old your kids are, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like they do get to a certain age where they are like with their friends and stuff. Different. So it might just be like for the now. And then once they're like, 13 or whatever, become a certain age where they're able to do a little more on their own, then you can then have the time to like kind of figure out what it is that you want to do.
100%.
So there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.
You will be able to find it, but you have to make sure the priorities stay in order, man.
You could also do a career change if you wanted. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of jobs.
Just got to make sure your fucking ducks are in a row, man, because this is a big
with a family is a lot.
Or also, man, devil's advocate, who is this family to you really?
No,
you know what I'm saying? It sounds like they're holding you back. You know what I'm saying? So how about you jump back into the link, tell me what you really want to do, and I'll walk you through that. And if also we got to talk, are your kids even cool? Are they even cool kids? You feel me? Like if they're assholes, they don't deserve the time from you if they're not appreciative of it.
Yeah, tell your wife to get off her ass.
Yeah, dude, what is kidding. She in the kitchen, dude? No, I'm just kidding, man. But you gotta really, I'm glad that you came here with it, but that's a very, very big thing, and it's a long process.
It's crazy. It is super difficult. I've worked at jobs that I hated.
Don't do anything fucking desperate, all right? And don't cheat because you feel overwhelmed. Don't do that.
Oh, I wasn't even going there.
Well, that's a big emotion that he's dealing with.
All right. We got some questions too, but we had like one confession that I'll read that'll lead us into the questions because they didn't. It's not really a confession. Okay. It just said, I knew, in caps, that y'all were into each other ever since I first saw your first podcast episode. However, ... and that's all they wrote. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. But I feel like a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And then, okay. And a lot of questions about us. So what's our favorite thing? I'm going to read them all together because we could just make it a whole big thing.
Okay.
What's our favorite thing to do together? Who made the first move? And did you see it coming? And then someone wrote, how did this match made in heaven happen? I want all the details. So.
All right. So it's a very us story episode. And we're at like 40 minutes. So we'll tell it in like 15 together. And then we'll get into our little BRAVOCAP. But first question. Oh, the first thing was, you could tell that we had chemistry on our first podcast. Yeah, that we were like a couple months deep into fucking at that point.
At that point,
we was big. We didn't had some. We didn't put together some classics by then. So,
but I mean, the video was recorded after like a night. We spent the night together, and then we woke up and recorded it.
So,
but yeah, you guys
good
were
call.
I remember
good
mad
call,
people. I remember released that episode. And then I went to my cousin Andrew's 30th birthday, and I remember him being like, are you dating the guy that you did the video with? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like at the music, I was like, I can't even hear you.
People, my friends would hit me and be like, yo, she's into you, OD. I'm like, bro, act like y'all know my fucking body. We fucking.
So your friends didn't know?
Hard body. Of course they did. But like not all of them. I didn't like not every single friend of mine at that time. A lot of my my closest friends knew who it was, but others like, yo, she's the way she's like looking at you. I'm like, yeah, bro. It's because we fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was into you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you just check the tape, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The people saw what they saw, you feel me? And it's just,
okay.
So we was definitely fucking. And then what was the next question?
The next question was, it's basically the story of us, I think, right? It's, what is your favorite thing to do together? Who made the first move and did you see it coming? And how did this match made in heaven happen? I want all the details.
So who made the first move, and did we see
who
it coming?
Who did make the first like official move?
I think technically, I made the first move, but you definitely made the winning move, if that makes sense. Like, I might have opened up the lines for communication, which could be considered a move, but you definitely made your interest more concrete than I was, I would say. What do you think? Concrete.
I would say, yeah, I think you hit me up.
Yes.
Which, was that with intent?
Not aggressive intent, not to like I hit you up and it was very much like, oh, she's cute. I haven't seen her in a while. Like, if I get something, if I get some energy, then I can go for it. But if not a big deal. You know, it wasn't like, yo, it's like, yo. It wasn't like I'm putting fire emojis under every single story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't thirsty for it, but I definitely was like, yo, what's up? Where you been? Like, I definitely remember asking you where you been and come back out. I definitely said that.
Yeah.
And then
I left you on red.
And then you did, which was fine. You know what I'm saying? And that for me, that was like, all right, well, that's that. And then by the time you came back, when you felt ready to come back and answer messages and stuff like that, you came back on a time. Like, oh, I'm back and what's up type shit.
No, not right away. You wrote me that message and I was absolutely depressed. And so I read it and I was like, I can't, because I didn't even think that you were trying to hit on me. I thought you were
wasn't trying to hit on you.
I thought you were trying to be like, hey, where you been in comedy? And I was like, I just can't even get into it.
And that's fair. And I wasn't trying to hit on you, but I was, I definitely wanted to have a conversation.
Yeah. So then I saw it and I was like, it's too much. I can't. And then it was like a couple days later. It was like maybe 3-4 days later, maybe.
I remember you posting a story about the seats on the subway. And me responding to that.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and I think that was me more like, yo, obviously, I was interacting with a lot of
I can remember your answer.
Yeah, it was the inside, right?
You said, because
the
inside
2
seat,
seats
or you're from Staten Island?
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That is me trying very hard. I was trying to make a joke. I was giving you New York because I know you was a New York bitch. Like, that was me. So, you know what? I made the first move. 100% I made the first move. Because that's 2 in a row.
You did. No, but then I did answer your thing and I was like, hey, I really do got to get back out there. And like, I just left it at that. I don't know what to say.
But to answer the question, I definitely made the first move.
You made the first move.
But Samantha made the move that took us to where we are now.
Yeah, because one thing about me, I cannot be in a limbo space where I'm like, is this guy talking to me like this? So
and one thing about me, I live in a limbo space. I could not. A very dexterous lower back. I will be under the limbo bar for as long as I have to be. I live there. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't. So I was like, because I'm like, for me, it's like, are you hitting on me or are you not? I need to know. So then it just was like,
we was doing that for a little bit.
Yeah, you wrote me a message. I started commenting on like, because you used to put up a story almost every morning of your sneakers.
Yes, that's true.
Right. But for me, I didn't know anything about your life. Like, I knew the last I had heard you were in a relationship, and then you were done writing me messages, and I'm like, is this guy single now or is he a dog? Oh, that'd be crazy. So I didn't know. So I didn't take it too far. And then I went and heard that you were single, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's balls to the wall.
And I remember I posted a story. I was covering a theater class, and I put a picture up of my Bread 4s.
Yes.
And she was like, "Those are my favorite Jordans." And then we were talking a little bit, and then I forget what the context of the conversation was, but she was like, "All right, if this, then you got to buy me a drink."
Yeah.
And she said something like that, and that's the move that got us where we are today. Yeah. Because then we saw each other at a show, and Samantha was a couple drinks in. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Feeling very confident and, coming around like she owned the place.
I was. And she was like, I drank those drinks just to have a little because I was like, I gotta.
So basically, after the show, it was a lot of fun. We're hanging out, and then she's like, "All right, so where's my drink?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a Sunday. It's a school night. I got you next week. Let's go out on Friday."
Yeah, he said, "I'll take you out on Friday."
And then she was like, "Okay," and then.
Then he said that, and then I was like, okay. And then my god sister Janice was there, and I was like, okay. And I looked at her, and I was like, I think you might have asked me on a date.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So she definitely made the first move. No, I made the first move, but she pushed the pace. She pushed the tempo to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I rose to the challenge. Not the challenge, but I feel like I reciprocated the energy.
Yeah.
And then we had a great time, and it's been.
We did. Did we have a picture from the first day where you said you were going to take me out? With a group photo, and it's so obvious.
Yeah, she's all in my chest. Like, we take pictures like that now still.
Yeah, I'm like leaning in on the chest, and I'm like.
And I was like, yeah. But that was it.
I'll post it on this.
Yeah, we should. Y'all will see that picture. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of how it happened. And
that's how it happened. And then also with that picture, by the way, after our first date, I told Janice because she was out. My favorite is when Janice saw him because I didn't tell her going to the spot. We walked in. You had your braids.
Yeah, my braids. Yeah, Brady.
You were like in a Kiss sweater, I think.
Yeah, debuted that Kiss sweater.
Yeah,
which I actually wore the first podcast that we were on together.
Oh shit! Yeah. So we walk in and JC's saying there. I'm like, oh hey, what's up? We say hi to him. We go to walk. And JC's like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, watch your mouth. I was like, that's why we're here.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And yeah, so then that happened. And then I sent Janice that picture on Saturday morning after our date.
Yeah.
And I said, save this picture for the wedding.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Which I am not that type of bitch after a date. I'm like, I'm going to marry this guy. But I did feel that way after, and he didn't.
Bitch had the vision. You had the vision.
I did have the vision.
I always knew it. It just took me a long time to catch up to my blessings. That's what it was. And that was actually also at the stand. We actually met for the first time at the stand.
Yeah, we did.
At Elise's birthday party. So we met at the stand. We decided our first date at the stand. And now, next Saturday, we got our first show at the stand.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's a big part of our relationship.
It really is. That's
so
crazy.
that's the story. All right. And then what after that's our favorite thing to do together?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do together?
My favorite thing to do together, well, like I like little things. One thing about me, I'm like a quality, like our love language, both of our like love languages is quality time. So like it's little things. But I will say, I think one of my favorite things to do is JC and we take a shower together like every day.
Yeah,
and it's not
true.
A sexual thing.
No, it's not.
It's just like we talk. Yeah. It's like a nice little place to unwind.
That is and
true. It's one of my favorite things, because it's a nice little intimate thing that we have. And it's like, like if he's out doing a show, I'll text him like, I'll wait for you to take a shower. And it's like our place to talk about our shows or our day and everything. And it's a nice little thing that we do. So that's one of my favorite things to do together.
Yeah, that is fun. I do like that too. Because, that's a lot of fun. And we get to do it naked. I get to see some titties, slap some cheeks. It's good time in there. Good old
I get to slap some cheeks.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of cheeks are being slapped. For me, I think my favorite thing to do is I like when we take long walks. Like, we usually, whenever we're done, our night usually ends at the stand, especially on the weekends. And it's like 1:30 in the morning. And if it's a nice night, especially like last night, we walked all the way to our apartment in the Lower East Side from Union Square. And it's like a 35, 40-minute walk. And we do it religiously.
Oh my God, we do it almost all the time.
Sometimes we'll stop at a deli. We'll get some ice cream as we walk. We'll get a tall boy as we walk. It's a really nice thing. We get to like people watch a little bit. And it's like a 45-minute session of just talking shit. About the shows, about anything else. When one of us is upset, it's a perfect time to vent. Last summer, that was like my favorite.
It really does help. And then I also feel like it's a good time to be, because when you're walking, it's like uninterrupted. No one's on their phone. It's just like, we're just talking for the whole walk home.
Yeah, I like that. And then obviously we record the pod here, but we also chill on this couch a lot. Just chill and Mac. And I like that. I don't, I'm not a huge activities guy. I'm trying to get better about that, but I'm very, it takes a very little amount of stimulation for my meter to be filled, and I feel like I get everything that I need on just like our long walks.
Yeah, me too. I do like those kind of things are
they fill my like intimacy meter all the way back up. So for me for her showering, and for me it's the long walks together. But as long as we're spending time,
yes,
I think that's fun.
It is a lot of fun.
And then was that the last question? Our favorite thing?
Well, someone asked who made the first move, and did you see it coming? Did we see it coming?
I don't know if I ever saw it coming. I definitely didn't see it coming like this. I remember seeing you for the first time, and even though I was in a relationship, I was like, oh, she's attractive. Like, I can tell she's pretty, not in a creepy way, but like objectively, it looks very pretty. And we always had decent conversation whenever I saw you. And when I started reaching out to you when I got single, like I didn't see this coming. I didn't know it was going to end up like this, because I've been on dates that have been fun, but didn't end in anything like serious or significant or even sexual. So I didn't know it was going to happen. So I definitely didn't see it coming like this, definitely. Especially at that time, I didn't think I was going to ever be in another relationship. I'm going to be honest. So I definitely didn't see it coming.
A little sensitive boy.
Yeah, still am sensitive, but about, different stuff. But at that time, like, man, some guys after a breakup are the fucking worst versions of themselves. I don't think it's going to ever, oh my God, I'm never going to love it. I'm never going to love again. I'm just listening. Me and Future are the same person. That's the type of shit that I was on. And that's just, wasn't true. Wasn't who I was. So I definitely didn't see it coming like this. What about you?
No, I didn't see it coming at all. I remember seeing you the first time. It was the first time I saw him. We were at a comedy party. And so I thought he was attractive. And then once I heard you're a girlfriend, I was like, okay. Didn't even,
Yeah, it wasn't. It
wasn't. I was just a completely off the
I don't
table
want y'all
thing.
to. It wasn't like some. Oh my God, chemistry right away. We
Not at all.
We were cool. We talked about Hamilton.
Yeah, no, like
That
it was a
fun.
super. One thing that I think you're really good at, and we talk about it all the time, is like JC's really good in a situation to not make a woman feel creepy. Because a lot of times it's, and not that I'm like the hottest girl ever, but it's like a lot of times if I'm around a guy,
Watch
it's
your
like
mouth.
they're trying so hard.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious. And it's like, what? I'm a human. You could talk to me anytime. You could just speak to me. And with you, it didn't feel like you were trying to say anything to show, well, you were in a relationship too, but I also don't think that you even did that ever when you were single.
Yeah.
You didn't do that with me. And so it was just like a very comfortable conversation. I saw him when I walked in, I saw you. Like you were one of the first people that I saw when I walked into the stand. And I was like, oh, he's cute. And like obviously your hair is something that like is noticeable. So I was like, okay. And then I clocked you. And then after the show that they had like dancing, and then I saw him dance, and that's like such a thing for me.
What was I dancing to?
You were dancing to Before I Let Go by Beyonce. You were doing the electric slide,
baby, sexy. And one thing about me at that party, I saw Samantha throw it back filthily. Not gonna say with who because it's only gonna make me upset. But I saw Samantha giving a filthy dub, and I was like, oh, I thought she was different, man.
Yeah,
just like everybody.
I did throw back.
Yeah, filthily. Disgusting. Hands on the floor. I'm like, bitch, there's people watching.
Absolutely did not do that. I did not do that. But I did also see you were dancing like bachata.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, oh, this guy got rhythm.
Got some moves, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But
so I was like, oh, he was cute. And then we ended up taking like we got in a car together. Not just me and him, but like two other people.
A couple other people.
And drove, and he was in the front seat and I was in the back, and we were just talking. And I remember like you turning around. I always say this. You turned around and I was like, because at the party it was like darker, so I couldn't see anything. Like, and then he turned around and I was like, oh, because your green eyes are like shining in the car, and I was like, oh, this guy's super good looking.
You know what I mean?
But it wasn't like, I don't want to give it like I was like, oh my God, this guy
it wasn't like that at all.
I'd never tried anything, or it was never like a thing, and I would see you out, and I would just like, oh hey,
And then it took a couple conversations, like once I started reaching out to you on some single stuff, it even took a couple conversations after that for you to be like, all right, this is what it is. Is it like this for real?
Yeah, exactly. Because I can't live in the limbo space.
It took some time.
But yeah, I honestly didn't see it coming. I didn't. You were not like on my algorithm. You know how like Instagram chooses like who stuff you see. I like never really saw your stuff.
I do remember seeing your picture from your birthday that year in the little swimsuit.
My little butt shot.
Little butt shot, red top, striped bottom.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You didn't like it.
Little candy cane, but not because I wanted to be different.
So here's the thing. I was in Mexico and you were already hitting me up there. And I had an idea then.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know.
But you would have been right.
I was like, I don't know. And then you had a show on my birthday.
I did. Because it's my sister's birthday.
Yeah. And then I remember they were like, come to the thing. And I was like, it's my birthday. I'm not going to that.
Yeah,
and
true.
I was also sad girl.
Not in the place.
Sad girl autumn. So I didn't go. But you didn't wish me happy birthday or like that photo, but it's fine.
No, because I
noticed.
I don't know why guys do this, but like whenever we're into a girl over the internet, like I used to do this all the time. Like, and I see her post something, I would purposely not like it or say anything, so I could go back 2 days later and then like
you
it and say something. I know because I forgot, but this is a thing that I think guys did to make our like stand out. I would do that a lot. Like back in college, I used to do that.
That is.
So I think I had the intention.
I've only had one guy do that, and he was like the most toxic person ever.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying, that was my thought process. Like, oh, I want this like to stick out, so I'm going to give it to you like 3-4 days after the fact, which now doesn't mean shit because the algorithm doesn't show you shit till a week after it's posted.
Literally,
anyway.
I'll be like, oh, this is cool. Then I'll see that it was posted a week before. I'm like, oh, this is creepy to like it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't see it coming. But when it came, I was like, okay, that's cool.
And that's love, man.
Yeah.
Now look at us.
Look at us.
Beautiful.
Look at us. I woke up today and I wanted to strangle you.
I know. And it would have been my pleasure to be strangled naked in your bed. If there's a way to go, that's how I'd want to do it. But that is going to be that's going to be our first 2 segments. All right. Then we're going to drop our plugs and then we're going to get into the BRAVOCAP. But plugs real quick. Got anything you want to?
No, just our show on June 10th, which is a week from today.
Yep.
That we're recording, but this will come out on Wednesday, so it'll be a couple days after that. The Stand, June 10th. Tickets on the website, tickets in our bio, wherever you want to get them. Promo code Monroe. And then I also have 23-in-1 Comedy. That's on June 27th at 9 p.m. at The Stand as well. And then also you could just see me at The Stand regularly every weekend. So just like look on their website. You could see when I'm there. And that's about it.
Right. And then for me.
Oh, and City Winery.
June 23rd. Samantha and myself will be opening up for Dan Lamort and Natalie Cuomo. Two very funny comics. Also from, I think Dan might be from Jersey, but Natalie's from Dan's
from Jersey, but.
So we're going to be at
3 Italians.
Yep. So, that's right. Holy shit. Damn. You know, so I'm going to have to fuck everybody. I'm just kidding. That's weird. Don't repeat that. But 23rd of June, 7:30 p.m., City Winery. Samantha and I will be there with Dan and Natalie. June 18th, Brownish at New York Comedy Club. Eric Rivera's Brownish. I will be hosting that. Samantha will be there as well. Then the 10th, we have our soft launch show at The Stand. And then every Friday and Saturday at midnight, if you guys want to come see me, Samantha's usually with me on these shows.
Yes.
Midnight Fresh, hosted by JC Mendoza, every Friday and Saturday at The Stand, 11:59 p.m. Always got great comics. Last night we had Ari Shafir and Derek Gaines. Really, you know, like we always get great comics to come in, and then a lot of our friends like, you know, Derek Drescher, Gio Perez, a lot of people that we fuck with heavy. And if you're ever in the city looking for something to do, midnight at The Stand, Friday, Saturday, you can always catch me.
Always a good time.
All right. And now, our favorite part of the day, we are going to get into our BRAVOCAP.
BRAVOCAP.
Which, once again, for I think the third week straight, is going to be an exclusive Vanderpump
well, we
recap.
did try. We did watch Atlanta. We watched one episode, and I want to say the season is a flop.
It's not giving.
It's not giving at all. Get Marlo off the fucking show. Yeah. She's ruining it.
And Atlanta was like the first one that I got into with Samantha. Like, it's the first one she showed me because Candy's amazing.
Yeah.
Kenya is a fucking like savage on the shit. Like, she's a beast. So like this was gonna be the first season I'm watching with like knowledge of how Housewives works. The first time I watched it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like I didn't know what shade, like what I don't know what it meant to give, and now I understand. I've seen seasons. But this season, I think it's fucking trash.
Yeah.
I think they're so disjointed. They're rarely all in the same place at the same time. Nobody's storyline sticks out.
I don't care about it.
And they still don't, like, the first episode, Drew's not in it at all.
At all.
Right? Then the next episode, no Sheree.
Yeah.
She just doesn't come.
She doesn't
come.
For
no reason. And it's like, there's nothing compelling about any of the stories. I feel like Candy's trying the hardest because her issue is the biggest with her, with Todd and like, you know, the back and forth about like her giving him the same energy in their marriage, which is, you know, that's interesting, but I still need something fun. I feel like Kenya's not really giving from her personal life, or maybe even if she's giving, it's just not that exciting. She's just dating a very regular dude.
Yeah.
You know, and then Sheree with the guy who could, in theory, be exciting. She just takes a full episode off. The friend that she brings along is another fucking nightmare.
It's crazy. It's
Cynthia,
just too much.
she's a fucking nightmare.
No, not Cynthia. Courtney.
Oh no, Cynthia we like.
Cynthia we wish would come back.
Courtney's a fucking nightmare. And then Sonia with her family's interesting, but not enough. You know what I'm saying? Her and Drew, like, it's just not good enough.
It isn't. It's a flop, and it's like the first season ever in the history of Atlanta that I think is a flop.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to do some major recasting on that. But now.
The gift that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah,
Vanderpump Rules Part 2 of the reunion just dropped, and fucking Jesus Christ.
We watched the uncut version.
We watched it twice, man.
Yeah.
And the big takeaway is that Rachel is fucking a sociopath, 100%.
Or she's on the strongest antidepressants.
She is not a hinged to reality person.
She's not tied to reality at all.
She's watching this complete, like, because she's in the trailer still at this point, watching the reunion happen. And the big parts in this reunion were Sheena really speaking her mind about how she felt. Which Sheena, you almost feel just as bad for Sheena as you do for Ariana. Mm-hmm. Obviously different, but like Sheena is deeply disturbed by all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Also, you know, this girl put a restraining order on her, and like taking her to court. It's like, wow, bitch, I gave you a place to live.
Yeah.
I gave you shelter.
Yeah.
And I stuck up for you, and I was your best friend. I did everything for you, and you're taking me to court because you have no accountability for the things that you've done.
Yeah.
It's so insane to me. And to see Raquel just have no emotion.
Watching Sheena have this super vulnerable, tears streaming down her face, like admitting that she doesn't know what to do with her feelings on this situation. Like she's so, it genuinely broke her. And watching, and then Raquel is just like, Yeah.
I guess I should have wrote a note to Sheena.
And she's just smiling and laughing. And she's like, I think the feeling that I'm feeling now is regret a little bit. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah, but you think?
I can't believe, like, it's not believable. That it's like, she's either deeply sociopathic or just actually extremely really stupid.
She's not a smart. Well, she isn't smart. No,
but like we say that to make fun of her, like the Bambi Eye Bishop, but she might be actually like.
I think there's nothing in between her ears.
Like on the spectrum of autism.
But I don't even want to put that on autistic people because they're very smart.
That's true.
She can't put a sentence together. She can't. It's
disturbing.
I think. It reminds me, remember that video of the girl from a pageant, like, and such as the Iraq? That's Raquel.
There's no
nothing going on, and she's just saying words to say them.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else happening. And it's sad to see, and it also makes total sense why Tom Sandoval would be with her, because she's like, you're amazing. Because that's the only thing. She's never going to give you constructive criticism because she can't. She cannot piece that together. No. She's never going to hold you accountable because she can't. You know what I'm saying?
She's literally not capable, because in the episode, we find out that, not in the episode, in the first part of the reunion, we see that Tom admits to having sex with Ariana, like during the latter parts of their relationship where the affair was happening. And you're watching Raquel kind of like be confused about it. And then when Tom goes back to the trailer and he's like, oh, this is fucking a lie. They're going to come for you.
I don't like how they're
portraying your intimacy with Ariana. And Tom literally dances.
He doesn't answer that. First of all, a man like that would get punched in his face if he tried to, like, hey, were you having sex? First of all, she's a stupid bitch. She's mad. The man she's cheating with
is having
sex with his girlfriend.
That he's cheating
his life partner of 9 years that they own a house together. She's like, you were having sex with her? Yeah, bitch, of course.
And it's like, yo, she literally doesn't have the capacity. She cannot like put two questions together to keep his. Like to keep him under
hold
the
him
fire.
accountable,
and he's just like, well, that was literally when like Ariana, like she was telling me, like usually when I wear things, she would tell me it looked bad, and then like all of a sudden out of nowhere, I'd put an outfit on and I'd ask her about it. She'd be like, you know what, Tom, I trust your fashion sense, and anything that you pick, you're gonna look good in.
I love that someone on Twitter was like, I had sex with her because she thought I was a fashion icon.
Like, not Tom giving Ariana dick because she called him a fashion icon. That's so like, and that. Just in that snapshot just shows you how fucking fragile Sandoval is as a person.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
he couldn't take her just being like, those pants stink.
Yeah. Couldn't take it. And when she validated him for 2 seconds.
Yeah. He was like,
oh yeah, I don't need anything else. And it's like, yo, this he's a boy. He's a fucking infant.
A 40-year-old, 14-year-old.
And then he threw a fucking tantrum at production when he was like, I don't want to film. Stop filming. I want to talk to her regular.
Get the cameras on my face.
But I don't want to.
Because he had to tell her what to say. And one thing about her, she's still not going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because she's dumb. And then it's like, apparently there's some big like news that's about to drop on the third one.
I don't think it's going to be that big.
I don't think it's going to be at the reunion. I think it's going to be in her interview with Andy. Ooh, I think that Raquel is not smart enough to not say the things she's not supposed to say. Mm-hmm. So I feel that the affair was happening long before they say it did. Damn. And I think that's why no one can get their timing right, including Tom Schwartz. I see you knew way longer than you're saying.
You fucking dirtbag.
Okay,
fuck you, Tom Schwartz. And if you are watching this and you still think, well, I kind of like Tom Schwartz, fuck you too.
Tom Schwartz is great for the show
Tom
because
Schwartz. I don't give a
he's
fuck.
A bad person, yes,
piece of shit,
but he does give like the comedic relief that you need.
Not funny enough. Don't care. No, he's not. You're an enabler.
You didn't put the time in.
I don't give a
show.
You're an enabler.
You don't get to say
You have rose-colored glasses
don't
on.
Don't talk about Tom Schwartz like that. Not
you're
my Bubba.
Fucking pathetic.
Not my Bubba.
No, you're fucking. He's a fucking goofy clown.
But idiot, no, I think my favorite part of the second part was watching Andy's face when Raquel is talking. He's like, and she's like, I get like. She's like, yeah, we think like she knew, but she just like wasn't asking. I guess she was just taking what Tom said at face value, which is like, and then
sick people. They're really sick.
And then Andy's like, sounds like you're blaming her. And she's like, well,
it's really,
now I know that she did want to know. Yeah, bitch, of course.
It's like we were planning to tell her. We just wanted to, get our story straight.
Yeah, about our timeline.
And then and then he goes, but then Ariana called you and forced you to tell her the truth. Yeah, and it was like, yo, it was like it's really sad. That's why that's the only reason I think they could actually end up working out.
Because she's so dumb and he needs
she's
that.
So dumb, and Tom cannot I don't think he's gonna be able to go any direction.
Yeah,
but Raquel
at all,
or somebody a bimbo like that.
At all.
It's really fucking sad.
And then
the only other thing I do want to kind of talk about, but I'm sorry to cut you off. James and Allie, it was kind of fun to watch them get put under the fire because James is just the luckiest boy this season with all of this shit that's going on.
Because it made him look better.
Because James, man, as he is the number one boy in the group.
Yeah,
hysterical. Reads for filth, very funny guy. He's a fucking mess.
He's a mess. He's an alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic. He's a fucking toddler with his tantrums. He can't handle any level of accountability. Barely. The only he looks super accountable because you're putting him next to Tom Sandoval.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's just who he's with.
And Allie is just like,
she's a kid too.
She's a kid.
What is she, 22, 23?
I know that she looks fucking 12.
Yeah, I know. And I think my favorite part was like, we're not drinking as much, and it's like that's not alcoholics.
Yeah.
Cannot just have 2 drinks.
I feel like I saw it sometimes in the season where she's a little lit too.
Yeah,
but she's just not. She's not her.
She can drink.
Yeah, it's just not as bad because fucking James gets awful.
James is a nightmare. But I think it was just a fun thing to watch. But I think I loved the part where Allie, because Tom's Sandoval came into this reunion like, I'm just going to start talking about everything everybody else has done to get the heat off of me. Yeah. And it's like, bitch, no. I will say that I thought what went under the radar was that Tom Sandoval did say that they had some type of party. I forget what they said it was. But that James slapped a waitress's ass. And my favorite part is that James never denies it. He's just like, yeah, and you're all fucking drunk too, you
fucking mustache pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, and like no one says anything about it.
My fucking DJ career makes tenfold than what you think it does, bro.
And I love that Andy's like, what does that have to do with what he's saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, James is just lucky.
He's just really lucky he's on the right side right now.
Yeah.
But I think that was really funny. But I think my favorite part was like that there's a part where Tom Sandoval's like, you guys got into a fight from what I heard, and then that's what Ariana said, and then Ariana. That's what Raquel said, and then I love that Allie was just like, I don't know, like she could tell she's upset. She's like, why are we believing Raquel? Like Raquel's the person who said that and it wasn't true. Like you could see Allie get annoyed. Like don't try to do this.
Their relationship is also not going to hold up.
Of course it's not.
I hope, because I like Allie, and James has had the best season that he's probably ever had. But they have a lot of James has a lot of issues that he needs to work through. And I'm all for moving on after a relationship ends and getting into something more healthy. But 6 weeks after a 5-year relationship, bro,
crazy.
He's not over Raquel now.
Right now.
And
that's why he's so upset.
Exactly. Because he's not an empathetic dude.
No.
This is all through because he's not even mad at Tom for Ariana. He's mad because his friend fucked his ex.
Yeah, which
I can understand, but it's like, nobody's asking James
not just
shit.
His ex.
His
ex-fiance, which is like even insane.
I get it, but like he doesn't even try to mask it at any point during the whole season.
No, not at all. He doesn't. It's so uncomfortable.
The question has to be for Allie, like, yo, Allie, what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? Because Allie looks to have a decent head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of a little bit because she's a child.
Yeah.
But, at some point over time, it's going to be like, hey, this is actually, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because James has a lot of healing to do.
A lot of healing to do.
I hope it works because I like them both. But if you ask, I don't believe in it at all.
It's not believe. We all know he's not.
And I
Raquel.
don't even think. Like, do you think Raquel and Sandoval were fucking during James?
I do.
Okay.
Well, because Tom, who now will tell James at the reunion like we were not close, then why the fuck did you pay like $15,000 for his proposal?
Yeah, I don't know.
The whole thing is super weird because I feel like Tom did that just because he wanted to show like Raquel that he cared about her in some weird way, and she's so dumb. She probably was like, this is so romantic.
Yeah.
But it's also like, he was hooking up with Raquel and also pushing his best friend to hook up with Raquel.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So it is a very weird thing, and I don't know what Tom was doing because for me, I feel like Raquel's an idiot, but Tom was the mastermind behind everything 100%. That was going on. So
what a sad scheme if fucking Sandoval's masterminding it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, he's a fucking idiot. And it's also like to see him react the same way to his breakup with Ariana as he did with Kristen when that was like 10 years ago. It's like, wow, you have not grown. You have not grown at all. You're using actually the same sentences verbatim.
Yeah,
it's just a wild ass thing. And then I will say, I do want to say, I feel bad for Lala when she's talking about Randall because I do think that she thought she was special.
Yeah, of course.
But I just also feel like, bitch,
a little bit too much. Like
I think you're playing a little too into it.
Bitch, you got a really good deal.
Yeah,
and you didn't like what it cost
because at the same time,
good. You were done
exactly.
Right,
it's like, were you? Hey, Lala, were you ever attracted to Randall?
Yeah.
Because now you're talking about like, oh, he didn't have a jawline, he was fat and hairy and all this stuff. It's like, well, you were riding for this man.
Yeah. This is the father of your daughter.
Yeah, and you were like, I love him. Oh my God, this and that. So it's like you definitely, because you clearly didn't think he was attractive, and obviously, but you were with this man because of his status. Yeah. And I'm not saying that you deserve what you got, because you didn't, because he's a disgusting piece of shit.
A lot of this shit.
But you also really definitely turned a blind eye to it, and like I feel like she's trying to say like she didn't know anything, and it's like, 100%. Girl, you were the one that's saying that like you fucked him and you got a car the next day, and that you guys like to role play like a casting couch. Yeah. Girl, that was your life.
Yeah, I don't want to, you know, this is historically, and this might be a reach on my part, but this is a historical white woman thing to do. Yeah. To be in on a scheme. Not to say that she was a part of the terrible things that she did, but she was definitely complacent about it. Like you can't act like she didn't know anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, man. It's a very white woman thing to do, because the white man has been doing terrible shit for all of history, and then white women turn around and be like, oh, and we've been done wrong too, which you have, but bitch, you were getting a cut of a lot of this shit. You were getting a cut, yeah. A lot of this shit. And I also just want to say, it's not just it's just powerful men. Yeah, powerful men. But powerful men are awful. Yeah. You give a man a little bit of money and they have no idea how to act. No, and especially a fucking disgusting ogre like Randall Emmett. You think I was not getting pussy before he had money? Lala. You know who Randall is? You know Entourage? Yeah. He is Turtle. Yeah. No. I'm not just saying that. What do you mean? He came up with Mark Wahlberg, who wrote Entourage. Oh shit. Turtle is based on Randall. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Aww. But they had a much better looking guy play Turtle. Entourage really fucking that one of my favorite shows. It just ages worse and worse and worse. Jeremy Piven's a pig. The guy. Is Jeremy Piven a pig? Yeah, he got canceled for being a pig. I didn't know. I don't know anything about that. One thing about him. Never mind. Yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna say. But yeah, every time I read something about that show, it's just I think that he's probably the only one that's bad on that show. Everybody else is everybody's good. But the guy who plays Turtle, I like him a lot. You just look at the show and it's like it's a super misogynist show, and it's like, you know, objectifying women. Is it, or is it reality? Yeah, no, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't like to say what's true, but that's for real. Yeah, Vincent Chase, if that was a real person, it'd be exactly the way that show was written. You could watch it and be like, this is disgusting, but if we're being honest, that's the shit that happens. That's one of the most honest shows. Yeah, it's Randall Emmett should not be fucking the caliber of women that he's fucking, but he does, because he has a lot of money. That's, you know crazy. What I'm saying? I did not know. That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, so he's Turtle. That's but yeah, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that's for me. I'm just like, girl, this man, and you knew, and the thing is like, I understand when men lie all the time, 100%. And like, she was like, I didn't know he was married, but it's like, girl, you could have read it up. You could have read up on it. You knew he was married. It's like he knew he was Randall Emmett, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a public figure. Come on, man. But I will say, it doesn't mean still sucks. Doesn't mean she deserved. She didn't deserve anything that she got, and that is the father of a child, and I feel sad for her to just be connected to this guy for life. Yeah. But I'm, you know, I don't. But also, there's a degree of you knew what it was when you signed up, girl. What are we doing? Yeah, you didn't get a surprise deal. You thought he's a pig, and you thought you were different. Yeah, and I think that like she said, it was a wake up call, because I do think that she is from like Utah, and she didn't really know for sure. Like, oh, I'm this beautiful woman, I'm this special girl that he thinks, but it's like, come on, he's a fat rich slob. You think you're the only? He's never gotten pussy before. Yeah. He is going to go after anybody who will come for him. He's a fucking loser. She definitely learned a lesson. And I think if we were to sit and talk to her, she'd be like, yeah, man, I know what it is. Yeah, I think. But she's also, in the society that we live in today, it's you know, she's milking it for what not milking it. That's rude. But she's making of it the best that she can. Well, yeah, she also doesn't want to go down with his ship. Yeah. And you know, salute. I get it. But, you know, if we're being just an objective society, it gets very extreme. Like, you're with him or you're against him. Yeah. You know? And where she was probably gray, but she definitely knew what was going on to a degree. And you know, she wasn't. I think she knew she was getting cheated on. She wasn't locked in a fucking basement pushing his kids out. You know, they were in love. They were in a relation or whatever. They were partners. Okay, yeah. So she was also engaged to the man. Yeah, let's Lala, tough situation. Hate to see it. Nobody deserves to be with a pig, but you knew who you were. 100%. And also, this doesn't mean that she deserved it, but I want to also go on the record and say, Lala stinks. Yeah, facts. Lala's awful on the show. She's a fucking mean girl. She was dying to be in a clique for a really long time, and she shit on everybody that was nice to her before. She's a mean girl at heart. She's Raquel stinks, but that girls trip episode was a fucking nightmare. Lala was awful, and she didn't like to be called out. 100%. Like, well, you don't have a man, and then she took it like so seriously. Like, that's a true thing. I would never trust you with my man. Well, luckily you don't have one. Oop.
Yep. Oh, you don't like it? Oh, but it's okay for you to tell everybody how you feel about that.
Nobody is luckier than Lala and James Kennedy that Raquel and Tom were fucking.
Oh my God, yeah.
They were like,
this
they
has
were
painted
both
them in a better light.
Terrible to like
Awful.
James is a dog. We know that. Probably beat the shit out of her.
I think for sure.
And then Lala was a fucking bully. Like that was even knowing what I know. Like, no, we went into it knowing that she's sleeping with Tom and watching them. We're like, oh, why are they dogging her for?
It was too much. They were making fun of her for stupid shit. Like, this bitch is allowed to have a galaxy light.
Happening to be right.
They happened to be right. And I think Raquel stinks, but I also don't think that, like, what they were doing and saying to her was warranted at that time for what she was going through and everything. I just don't think, and I also don't like women that are like that. I don't like mean girls. Yeah. If you don't like somebody, that's cool. But you don't have to, like, be such an asshole to them. All the time. Just not my thing. Yeah. But anyway, that's
last thing I do want to say is I don't know. I feel like a lot of this Raquel Sandoval relationship is, I don't think Raquel's over James yet, if I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they're both still getting over each other, and everything we're watching is a product of that relationship. Probably.
I mean, for me, I just don't think she has the capacity. She does not have the capacity.
She does not have the capacity.
I don't even know if it's James. I just think she's fucking dumb.
Yeah, she is.
She's just a fucking idiot.
What an idiot.
Truly. No emotion.
Shout out to McKenna and Louise. McKenna said the thing that I think we should end this pod on.
Yes.
Where everybody's like, oh, how is Raquel this way? She's like, she grew up in a life of pageantry, and the way that the pageant circuit makes you is, somebody who can't, be a full person. You're trying to fit into a box. And then McKenna pointed out, bitch, you are 30 years old and you've never placed.
You've never been placed. You're not a pageant girl.
You're not a pageant girl. You're ass, bro.
Yeah. You were just there for just to be there.
So whatever defense you're putting up, like, oh, life made Raquel this way. No, the fuck it didn't.
Yeah.
Because she stunk at this thing. Okay, so she might just stink as a person. Hopefully she
also,
gets
Charlie was a pageant girl and she's normal.
Mad cool.
Also, justice for Charlie. Get her back on the fucking show.
Get Charlie, whatever relationship she's in.
She should have been on the reunion. She was also very close with, and she's known Raquel since they're teenagers.
Whatever relationship Charlie's in that's making her take a step back, end it. Get Charlie on full time.
I listened to a podcast. She was going through a depression.
Well, get her out of it. All right, pay her more money. She's also the hottest one.
Hottest.
So get Charlie back on the show.
Yeah, justice for Latinas on the show.
Ow.
That's what it is. But also justice for Sheena. She's been one of my least favorites on the show. Not because she's a mean girl, she's just very annoying.
Arguable.
But watching her go through those emotions and then finding out that, like, when she heard about Raquel, she
sat down and Raquel down separately off camera.
Off camera. That was the thing. It's like, hey, this might be a real thing and I want to talk to you and have a real conversation. I'm like, this bitch is a real friend. She actually looks at these people like real friends, and it's not about, like, ratings. Yeah. So I really liked her, and her emotion, I really felt it. And that's about it.
Sheena MVP
of the reunion of the season.
Yeah, shout out to Sheena.
And that's about it.
I always liked her, but now we know she's good
as gold. But
she's good as gold. Yeah, all right, that's it.
All right, guys, that was our podcast for this week. We will see you next week for episode 6. Have a good time this week and come to our show. Bye.
Bye.